Sometimes lost thoughts lead you astray. Then I cry, then I feel pain. Why do I suffer so much? I would love to feel your touch. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you.
Hello and welcome everybody to Tier 4 here in MRL at the season opener here in Spain. We're a little late joining midway into quali because of some technical issues on my end. But anyway, JJo just sets a fastest lap of a 1 minute 12.0. Let's get everything on screen real fast. There we go. So we're back in MRL after 3 months off, and it's been a long off season, the longest we've had in MRL so far. And I'm joined today by the one and only Dreamzz. Dreamzz, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good, how are you?
I am doing very good. I'm excited to get this season underway. We've already saw some drama in Tier 6 and Tier 5, so what are you expecting for Tier 4 here today?
The same thing. I don't know, a lot about some of these Tier 4 drivers. I know we have JBTC, so we'll have at least one safety car. But, I think Tier 4 is going to be fun. We got to keep up with, the consistency of Tier 6, which was one of the most astonishing things I've ever seen on the last lap. And then Tier 5 had a couple safety cars early, and then I think Angry Shadow won by like 18 seconds or something like that. So I don't think we'll see any of the domination or quite exactly what happened on the last lap of Tier 5 and Tier 6, but I think we should be in for a good race. Spain's a good track, I think.
Spain is a really good track. It really promotes some good racing if you've got the skill. Which one of these drivers are you most keeping an eye on to get victory or pole position here?
I've heard some things about JJo, being a little further down than he should. I know Kayla could be pretty quick. Maybe not at this track, seeing as her banker, but I've heard some stuff about JJo. I don't know much. I know some stuff about some of these guys, but I don't know. We'll see. And then quality and race are two completely different things in this game. Not really like what it was on most of the other former F1 games. But I think we'll be in for a good one. I think Spain does offer that with a lot of different strategies you can run. I think all three tire compounds are usable, so I think we'll see an exciting race, hopefully.
Yes, well, I'm sure that'll be the case. JJo is currently on provisional pole, so exactly proving your point. Jake Laser just goes second with a 1 minute 12.2. And these times are really close together already on these banquet laps. We've got the top 15 covered by just 1 second.
Well, MRK is on, and 15th is on mediums. 15th is on mediums. I don't think Yaga and PRT Crank were really representative laps. I think they had maybe a couple of people on board. They're both doing laps right now. We're about to start some laps, or we're just going in. But yeah, close field so far. I think any improvement, it's a really technical track, so you'll see a lot of improvement as people get more familiar with it through quality.
Yeah, it's also just getting used to the new handling model and a new game entirely, so people will get quicker as the season goes on, and as this race goes on, people will just find a little tenth here and there. And yeah, it's gonna be a great race.
Yeah, there's plenty of intricacies with how some of the pace works, how the braking is much different, how that works, how your exits are, traction's all different, the handling is very different, so we'll see. It's first race. Got 9 more after this, so we got a long season ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm currently focusing on Bounce, who look to be have been held up by a Red Bull there, or a V-Cup as I should say, as he's just letting him by again.
V-Carbo, Golden Drift 2, I think they both might be on laps.
Maybe it was someone else then, because Golden Drift does look to be on a lap, and he's just under a tenth down on his time, so we'll go on board with him. going into sector 3 as the sector splits is 8 tenths slower. That's never gonna be something good. On board with D-Master now, coming on to the straight, exiting sector 2. He's got a car in front of him that jumps out of the way, marginally up on his time into sector 3 here. Let's see if he can find a couple more tenths. Jake Laser goes quickest overall, the first one to break into the 11s with an 11.9. And D-Master...
First one. Go ahead.
Oh, D-Master coming across the line now with a 12.2. That's a good improvement, but not good enough for the front row as he sits third currently.
Yeah. Jake Laser was someone from Tier 5 who really came onto the scene at the end of the season last year. I think was fighting for wins with Jim, Nikki G, or some of the names I remember fighting for wins. Yeah, seems he's kept that pace, maybe translated it to the new game. But we've got a lot of people teetering on the edge of breaking into the 111s as Jake has already done.
Yeah, Jake just really continuing to improve his pace to be able to fight with the front runners as well here in Tier 4. One tier above what he's used to, as I'm on board with Bounty and he just had a huge slide coming through 6 and 7. Onto the straight now we go to get that second sector split. There is a 10th up on his time. Could see him jump a couple of places if he gets this third sector right, which is quite a tricky sector, I must say. With those last two corners, you really gotta commit to the line and really get a good line, and if you're able to do that, then you can find some pretty huge gains. As he has done so pretty nicely and gets an improvement of 1.5 tenths, jumps him up to P9.
Yep, that uphill traction is tough. They're probably, you're turning and getting on the throttle. They're probably the two toughest corners for traction on the entire track back to back. But then it's two very fast, completely flat out left-handers, so it's, or right-handers, just a left and 3 rights, so a pretty different sector. Yeah, it's definitely very technical as this whole track is. But yeah, that's why it's not a long track, and that's why these times are so close.
Yes, MRK has just started his second flyer of the session. I think he should be able to improve by quite a bit, because he's further down than I expected him to be.
Yeah, and I think he did his best lap on mediums, so that's probably why. Yeah, he's done 3 laps on mediums, so it's he should improve. It'd be kind of bad if he didn't. The soft tires are definitely much better. The mediums are probably the best race tire, but the soft tires are obviously built for quali. And he's coming through turn 9 completely flat out on this game, no question about it. Throughout the whole race, it'll be flat out unless you're managing tires. And then after the third sector, he's got about 2.5 tenths only on his time. The soft should provide definitely a lot more grip through here, but 2.5 tenths would only jump him up into P13, so maybe he can find another 2 tenths, maybe put him up into that top 10 conversation through the final 2 corners completely flat out. He should be on the battery through the exit of this corner. He's not going to be. Lost a little bit of time, but no, did not gain as much as I thought he did. Only 3 tenths from a medium to a soft run.
Wow, I expected a little bit more improvement there from MRK. Maybe he's just struggling with his setup, doesn't have a correct setup with balance, or maybe he's just focused all on race pace.
Yeah,
that's why we're seeing him down a little bit.
I expected in the 5-6 tenth region of improvement, definitely for the switch from soft to mediums. But yeah, maybe he's more focused on that, or maybe he's had a scruffy lap. Maybe he's going to recharge up. He's got quite a couple laps of fuel on board, so yeah, I think he can charge up and maybe go again, try and find more improvement.
I mean, it might not be a bad idea from MRK to just do multiple laps. Yes, the best grip of the tire might be gone, but you're able to get into a little bit more of a flow when you do 2 push laps instead of just 1. So it might actually work out for him. As we're currently on board with Yoga, who does have a huge improvement of 4 tenths coming out of sector 2. Let's see where that brings him up the grid as he exits the final corner. And if he can get a little bit more improvement, because he's gonna need some more if he wants to really challenge that front coming out of the onto the straight right now. It's a 7/10 improvement, good enough for P16.
I'm watching some of these guys in the battle for pole because they're all so close to that 112 or 111 mark. Fox just puts in above one. I know Fox pretty well. It's pretty quick for him. A lot of people are also doing multiple runs on the same tire. These tires do hold on pretty well here. They have the pace in them to do multiple laps in quality and not really drop off. So I think it's much easier to get into that flow state, get consistent laps when you're doing them back to back to back and not going into the pits to refuel.
Yeah, that definitely helps that these tires hold on just that little bit. And as you said, we have an insanely close fight for pole. Top 5 within half a second. And who out of these top 5 do you think is going to take it?
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go with John Joe. Go with J-Joe. J-Joe, I think. Maybe Fox on his second lap. I could definitely see some improvement from him. D-Master, his first sector just finished, and he's up a 10th. Or he's a 10th worse than what that. We'll go with that. He's a 10th worse than what his original lap was. Maybe he's got better, maybe more time to find in the middle sector here. But yeah. Jake also is an improvement. He was 2/10 slower through his first sector than. Oh, and J-Joe actually invalidated for both his laps. For this and next lap, through the final corner, he invalidated. So it might just be up to Fox and Lethal Pete. Lethal Pete just starting his lap. JTB Drippin's out already. Jay Lowry. I mean, anyone I think could really fight for it. They're not too far off to where if they have a great lap, they find some good improvement. They can get there. Well, Fox is already up a 10th.
Yeah, I was about to say, what is happening there with the kicks outwards?
I have no idea. What are they doing? I think these accidents could be in the shout. J-Joe was improving. He is up about 2/10, but he's invalidated, so his lap does not matter at all.
Yeah, and Fox is the only one who is improving because D-Master was about 3/10 slower coming across the line. Lethal P is... I can't see. But J-Joe was improving by about a 10th and a half. Now that is not gonna be enough for pole position just yet, but maybe you can find just a couple the extra 10th here in this final sector coming across the line right now. DRS wide open, and it's good enough for a 1:11.9. Just shy of pole position, and Jake Laser takes it with his banker lap.
Over 2/10. Lost it in the final sector. Yeah, and that was it. I think he maybe used too much ERS early on in the lap. We'll have to ask him, or I'll ask him about that. Yeah, that's good from Fox. And then everyone else is done. I think the two Red Bulls are a little lower than I thought they would be. Yeah, I think we've got a lot of the two Aston Martin nowhere. Their bankers were not that good. And yeah. And Bouncy hit the bump.
I'm seeing that your camera doesn't work. I don't understand why, because on my OBS it works. And when I click out of the game it works.
Oh. Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, so every time I go back into the game, his camera goes away. Okay. I guess that's the con of not having more than one monitor. Okay, well, you want to give us the rundown for quali?
Jake Laser, Jake Laser is out of nowhere to do. The only other person 11.9 P2, Bouncy P3 hit the turn to 13 bump, Pete P4 in the not the six, sorry, the equal. It's not really equal. And I think we had Jay Lowry P5, great qualifying from the Aston Martins. J. Joe P6 in the Ferrari. He's going to be upset with that. A 12 flat banker. Had the time, had the improvement, invalidated this and next lap. D-Master 3/10 off pole in P7. He's going to be upset with that. Testarossa less than half a second off of pole P8. JTB Driven and Newbie in the kick hours each. Still half a second off. There was half a second between the top 11. So it could be for pretty good race here. Should be in for a good race.
Well, I expect nothing less from Tier 4. I expect absolute chaos, a bunch of great moves, a bunch of less great moves as well. I think that's something we can expect as well.
Yeah. And it's dark. It's cloudy. Maybe we have rain. I don't know. I kind of hope. I don't know if I want rain or not. I'm scared.
I mean, for us viewers, it'll be amazing. So I am all for rain at the moment.
I'm all for rain, but I want it to be raining where it's like staying out on slicks may be good, but it's like, yeah, you don't know.
Just that crossover point where you don't really know if it's worth bidding.
Yeah, I want that. Here we go.
Here we go, and 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and we're underway for season 11 here at MRL. Everybody seems to be having a decent start, as I have a little bit of lag issues. Bouncy up in the second from Fox. It's almost 3 wide going into turn 1 back there.
Yep. Real quick, we have a huge differential in tire. That's kind of why you saw some difference from the start. Jake Laser on the softs, down from Bouncy, Fox, Lowry, D-Master, all on the mediums. JTB Drippin, J-Joe, Pete, all on the hards. Testarossa mediums, rounding at the top 10. Golden Drift on the softs. We're going to see a lot of the soft runners moving up. The hard runners are going to be incredibly slow. Oh my God, is Golden Drift go straight into Testarossa. MRK. Oh, we had a huge pileup in turn 5. I don't know what happened, but there was like 5 abreast heading down.
Oh my God.
What am I looking at? Okay. Back to what the tires are. Golden Drift, MRK, 10th and 11th on the softs. Newbie on the hard is going to... MRK got an illegal overtake on him. On the hard, both the Red Bulls on soft. Sean Osborne and Yaga on the medium. Stamrock, softs, 9 on hard. JBTC on the mediums going around the outside in between turn 10 and 11. You don't ever see moves there. And don't hit the bump. Yeah. What just happened? I don't know. Knight has to hit for some front wing damage, looks like. Yeah, there we go. Whew.
There we go, that's lap 1 in the books, and no safety car, which has surprised me, especially given the absolute clusterfuck in turn 5, where...
Yeah, that was something...
It was just basically almost 4 abreast going in turn 6.
Yeah, it was like NASCAR. It was like the Indy 500 where they're stacked 1, 2, 3 for like 3 rows. The next big thing we're gonna see is him Bouncy stay DRS. He's teetering on the Jake Laser had a great exit out of turn 5. Bouncy kind of claws back through 7 and 8. Misses the detection point for the back straight here. Goes wide onto the curve, touches the gravel a little bit, fucked in the DRS. Okay, so Bouncy's done his job. He's done step 1, or Jake Laser, excuse me, has done step 1 of starting on the softs. It's breaking DRS as fast as you can. Break DRS, no threat behind at all. Now he's got to extend, keep those tires in a good spot so they can go as long as possible to get on to probably the medium tire, I would expect. Maybe the hard, who knows? The hard is already struggling. JTB Drippin falling off the back of D-Master. J-Joe easily getting in the DRS. Maybe not passing. JTB Drippin using almost all of his battery. Oh my God. JTB Drippin used all his battery, and J-Joe, as you probably saw in the background there, just drifted into turn 1. Nobody has any battery besides the back markers.
Yeah, because they haven't really had a chance to use it yet. Aston Martin have done a tactical switch with Fox now ahead of Jay Lowry.
I think. Oh, we have spin in the back. A little bit of contact, I think. Maybe between JBTC and Jim just raged. I don't know yet. Yeah, but Bouncy had a great start. I think Bouncy started in P3. Yeah, Bouncy and Jordy started on, or excuse me, Fox started on the front row.
Oh, we do have a spinner, it looks like. There's gonna be John Does Work, who lost it out of turn 6. Probably just getting up on the curb, maybe getting a little bit of gravel as well, and the car just goes sideways.
I think JT just lost DRS. He's fighting hard on these hard tires, which are going to be so cold. They're going to be so... They're just bad. They're bad around here. They're going to be slow. And got a Ferrari behind him on another set of hard tires, then a Ferrari behind on mediums. And they have a bit of a buffer with Pete also being on the hards, but he's got 2 soft runners of LK and Golden Drift behind him, trying to pressure him, trying to get up further points. Yeah, like I said, there could be a big differential in strategy, and we've got all 3 different tire compounds started on, and it's not like one person's now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 soft runners, 7 medium runners, and okay, unless my math is really bad, 7 medium runners, 7 soft runners, and then we've got 6 hard runners. So yeah, super split.
Yeah, it's gonna be actually quite a difficult race to call in terms of tire wear or strategy, because as you said, there's so much strategy possible which just works. So it'll be interesting to see what people go with and what works for them, as we have D-Master pretty close behind Jay Lowry. I'm looking to see if he's going to be able to make a move in the turn 1. It doesn't look like it. It looks like Jay Lowry just has a really good setup on, or maybe just used a lot of his ERS to try and stay in front, because he just got away on the straight. He is blinking now a little bit, and it looks like D-Master has quite a bit of ERS left. Behind them, JTB Drippin, really struggling. It's J-Joe on his gearbox. Can the Ferrari maybe make a move down the inside here? No, he just sits behind. Not really a place you want to half stick your nose in.
Yeah, and things kind of settle down a bit. We've got our trains. We've got the hard runner train of JCB Drippin and JJo all the way down to Fanatic and the Rebel, who's kind of stuck up in that turn 5 stuff, with Drunken Shamrock behind her. And then yeah, we've got the medium train, which is to right now. And they're doing this thing on the soft tires, cruising out there, just loving life.
Yeah, I think Jake Laser might be already managing his tires a little bit, because he's got a near 2-second gap.
Yeah, as Fox goes past Bouncy under DRS, flies by with the help of battery and DRS, unstoppable comp of this game. Yeah. And closer, they can keep playing nice with the DRS. They can work themselves up to Jake Laser, you know, being 2 cars with 200% battery to DRS. They can.
Oh, and there goes D-Master with Jay Lowry, it looks like.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what that looked like, huh? I think that was on a little bit on D-Master. I think he just drifted wide.
I think so too. He stuck his nose up there where he didn't really have the overspeed, and he just drifted out wide towards Jay Lowry.
Yep, you know what they say about karma. Oh, speaking of car, Kamau and MRK Kamau and Newbie kind of had a bit of contact in turn 9. I think Newbie was sticking it. Oh, Jay Lowry spun. He did indeed. Out of turn 10. The exit's tricky, especially when these tires start getting worn. And then there's more contact made. What is going on?
Was that with D-Master again?
That was... No, I think Lowry spun by himself, and then he was on the track, and then Newbie kind of just drove up into the back of him. From what I saw. I could have been wrong, though.
Well, now we just have Jake Laser and then the top 2, or the top 3. The rest quite clear from J-Jo, who's sitting in 4th position with a 2.3 second gap in front of him. And he has quite some guys behind him looking to take that P4.
Yeah. Now that train is going to get way bigger here as D-Master kind of closes up back to Pete in that train ahead. That train is going to get probably down from 2nd to 13th, which is insane. Yeah. Or excuse me, 4th to 13th. I forgot those two are a little far ahead. J-Jo has been pretty quick early on, which is not something we expect to see. But yeah. Super Haas is definitely correct. Jake is flying out there. Lowry has another snap through the exit of turn 10. Struggling on traction there. Maybe a gear too low, pushing too hard on tires at 8 laps into this race they don't want to give anymore.
I mean, we have a Haas sandwich right now between the entire field as Jake Laser is leading and Krankis is last. So the entire field is within a Haas sandwich as we've just seen Bouncy overtake Fox for 2nd place again. And these two are battling quite a bit. They're both out of ERS. And this has allowed JJ to catch up already 5 tenths within this first sector. If they keep going like this, it is gonna be a battle from 2nd all the way down to 13th as you first said.
They don't need to be battling, and they kind of need to work together for now. So it's not the smartest battle, but sometimes racing you feel like you need action in P2. And you feel like you can run away if you have it, but nope, D-Master spun again. Where did he spin? Okay. Yeah, okay. The exit turn 10 turns be tricky for some people. It's like I said, I think earlier, turn 10 and then just turn 11 are the two toughest traction zones on the entire circuit. As Fox gets back past the head of Bouncy, where you're turning and accelerating at the same time, and it's really tough on those rear tires and get super snappy. But yeah, it's caused him to fall all the way back down. D-Master and Jay Lowry, who were just battling for 4th and 5th, are now battling for 12th.
Yeah, and what a difference that such a small mistake can make. It'll really send you back down the field, but I'm sure we have a lot more mistakes to come from these drivers, since it's only tier 4. But so far they have kept it together pretty well, I must say. We still have 20 runners in the race and we haven't had a safety car yet.
And that's not something a lot of the others can say. Especially not tier 5. I think they had 2 safety cars in 6 laps. They've been pretty competitive himself. Mistakes as Lowry again struggling through turn 10. Another spin through turn 10. We have MRK come out. I mean, I think we're averaging about 1 every 2 laps at this point. He's staying nicely out of the way. There we go. We can get back on track, rejoin. Yeah, turn 10, proven to be tricky. Maybe it's cold, maybe they don't have enough grip. The clouds are still out. I don't think we're getting rain. It seems to be getting a bit lighter outside, which is kind of unfortunate. I think we're going to see these tires. We're going to see Fox try and catch up to Jake Laser, although someone's already been lapped. Knight has already been lapped. That's something. Lapped in the first 10. But he gets nicely out of the way.
And I think JBTC is also about to get lapped, because he just had a spin. And Jake is now catching up to him very, very rapidly. As J-Jo has caught up to the back of that podium battle, that battle for 2nd place. And he is now licking his fingers on his hard tires while, oh, there goes Fox. Just spun it coming out of turn 11. Another one struggling with the traction zone, and this is going to be a very awkward rejoin for him, as it's a fast part of the track, but he just manages to get back into the race, still inside the top 10. A little bit ahead with D-Master making a move on Golden Drift. That's easy peasy done on the straight. Just as Pete gets passed by Testarossa, it looks like.
Yeah, that's actually. What happened to did Bouncy get caught up with Fox? He also dropped to J. Joe. Yeah. J. Joe on the hard tires up in a P2, which is not something I'd ever think I'd see.
As we have another spinning Red Bull of MRK in Sector 1. And he is sitting... Okay, no, he is moving now. He was sitting still on the driver tracker for a little bit. But I think we're at a point where we see these medium tires go off a little bit as well. These medium runners seem to be struggling just a little bit more than JJ on the hard tires, for example.
Yeah, those hards are probably coming a bit into their own right now. I think the mediums are probably still going to be the best race tire as of now. Yeah, we'll see.
As we see D-Master setting the fastest lap on that medium tire with a 15.1.
Yeah, Jake's still on the softs. I think being in this clean air has helped him just manage them. He's been able to keep the tire temps under control. He's not really had to fight anyone. No dirty air. Yeah, and that's really management is the key in making the tires last. It's not like other games where you just they would wear out no matter how fast or slow you drove on them. You can really still keep the pace up and still manage the tires well if you know what you're doing. And he's done a good job of that. JJ obviously is going to be catching now on the hards, 11-lap old tires, turning into 12. The softs are going to be falling out. So, yeah. I think Jake Laser has done his shift. He's going to probably pit within the next 3 laps onto, I'm going to guess, mediums. He might go hards, depending on how he feels on his current tires. He's still got the gap. Bouncy has fallen out of DR. Oh no, he just got it on Jado, but Newbie's also gonna get them. Maybe the hards I think are coming into their own here. I don't know what tire I'd be on. I would prefer to be on the mediums or the hards.
I mean, the hards don't look too bad as of right now, and Bouncy is still able to hold on to JJ even with his tires going off, but yeah, I think I'd rather be on the hards right now than on those old mediums, or especially those old softs from Jake Laser.
Yeah, the softs definitely are the worst tire out there right now. I'm not sure. The mediums tend to last really well here if you can manage them. I'm going to say that a lot. Tire management is the biggest part in this game. So yeah. Tire management and then just pure pace. Let's see how it unfolds. I think it'll start getting spicy here in the next 8 laps total. We'll see some of the hard runners come in. The soft runners will come in. Not this lap, maybe next. And then some of the medium runners, if they're going on to hards, will pit about lap 15, lap 16. And then if they're going on to softs from the mediums, it'll be 19 to 22.
As MRK picked up a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pits. He's not having the greatest season opener. And Bouncy's still just on the back of JJ, really doing well. They keep within that 1 second, getting pulled along as JJ is now making some huge inroads on Jake Laser. Gap is now 1.8. And every single turn that is just getting that little bit smaller.
Yep, little by little, it was a huge snap through turn 9. Able to corral it. Kind of brings Bouncy back into the equation for DRS onto the front straight. JJ showing his pace. I mean, he had a banker that probably could have been pulled. I mean, if Jake Laser also threw down a great lap, but he was still close to pole, only 2/10 off after one banker lap, so he should be pretty good throughout the race. 1.7. Jake Laser still staying out on the softs. I think it's a little long on the softs, in my opinion. Bouncy in on the mediums. He's gonna go to the hards. unless he's two-stopping, which I don't know why he'd two-stop at this moment.
Yeah, if you were two-stopping, you should have come in a lot earlier, and it's gonna be the hard tires for Bouncy. If I
And the hard tire for Fox, which I think is a mistake. I think mediums last long enough. You should be able to take them long enough to go 20, 21 laps, and then the soft should be your tire to the end. The hards don't really work well around here. They're really take a long time to warm up. But I mean, Joe's showing good pace on them, so maybe that will overturn some people's minds.
Yeah, once these hard tires are fired up, they are just going. As Joe has now caught up to be just over a second behind Jake Laser. Now just under a second, and surely Jake Laser has to pit at the end of this lap. Surely.
I don't know if he is. Yep,
Yes,
there
he
he
is.
goes. He goes in. Yeah, he didn't have the indicator of that he was, but if he's in on a medium tire, he's going to get a huge undercut. He might come out in some really nice air in front of. Who is he coming out in front of? Lowry? Maybe the Alpine to come out in front of. Or is that the Williams? Maybe that's the Williams. That's the Williams. No, it's the Alpine. Okay. The colors are also similar. Oh, never mind. DNF. Safety car. Here we come. Joe is going to be loving life. Yeah,
And
well,
that seems to be at the final corner. Oh my god, that's into the pit lane.
Yeah, he DNF'd in the pit lane. I watched that happen. That was funny to watch. Did anyone get caught out by this? Nope. So, Joe is going to have a nice free pit stop. He's way ahead of the safety car. JBTC is not going to end up lapped. And Jake Laser is going to be pissed.
Yeah, he is. Literally, just as he was coming out of the pit lanes, the safety car came out, and this is now a free pit stop for Joe, who will be able to retain the lead of the Grand Prix with ease if he comes into the pits.
There's going to be 5 people that are going to come out of the pits in front of him. Testarossa, although he's on the mediums, which is kind of in no man's land right now, I think he might pit onto the softs and be excited, but no newbie just took a 3-second pen under safety car. That's outrageous. Yeah, Jake Laser is going to be very upset with that. He's got a lot of people who should not be out in front of him come out in front of him. The Ferraris and King Saubers are going to be loving life right now. They just were gifted 2 top 5s for each car. Or should
No, not completely, because Jake Laser is still in 3rd place.
Yep, JTB Trippin just got out in front of him.
Although he does have a penalty, a 3-second time penalty.
Both the Kick Saubers do. Yeah, this is definitely I think the grid with the most 3-second pens. I thought though. I don't know if Tier 5 had a lot of them. First safety car, it wasn't JPTC, so that's another surprise. Did newbie? Bouncy? What's going on here? Okay. Yeah. A lot of people had just pit too. TTRE Fox pitted back onto mediums after he pit onto hards earlier. So he's done a medium hard. He's done a 2-stop now. Yeah, everyone at the back onto mediums as they should. They should have boxed because it's not. They're going to be losing any positions. Yeah, they've got to catch the safety car first. They are quite some distance away.
Yeah, everyone from P12 down has not caught up to the safety car just yet.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried about this like P16 to P18 group catching the safety car. Why are they so slow? I have no idea.
I
Yeah,
see,
I think we're
I
good.
see one small gag of cars here with Frankis, JBTC, and Kamau, who looked a little bit slow in Sector 1, so I'm wondering if something's happened there on the safety car.
Yeah. I don't know why they are so slow. They're not under Delta.
They can push flat out if they want, but
They aren't. I don't know how many laps the safety car's been out though, but
I think it'll come in this lap, so they need
I don't
to
know.
put the pedal to the metal as Kamau comes into the pits once again.
Yeah. Kamau going in makes me think it'll come in next lap. We shall see. I mean, Kamau's going to be on super fresh medium, so maybe he'll try and go through the field, try to get some points. Yeah. We've still got quite some different strategies. Bounty stayed on the hard, G-Master, J-Rock on the hard, and then everyone else is on fresh mediums besides Testarossa, who had to choose between the hards or the mediums, and or the hards or the softs, excuse me. And I think he chose the right one, especially since the safety car is actually going to stay out super long
Yeah,
because they still have not caught the safety car somehow. They're like 4 seconds off the pace.
yeah, it is going on for one more lap, so they will. I think they should be able to catch up. But with how slow they've been driving, you don't, you actually never know.
Yeah, and Mark Kamau is going to be tight. It's going to be close. I think he's a little upset with how long it took for Frankus and JPTC to get a move on. So he's gotten to push a little harder on these mediums than I think he would have liked. I think he should catch though by the end. He's going to fly down this straight. They're still in turn 4 right now. So he'll catch, but yeah, we'll be in this lap.
Well, miracles do happen. Krankis has caught up to the back of the safety car queue. So we will be racing next time around.
Yep, and Kamau will catch. It'll just be right at the end of Sector 2.
There we go.
Yep, safety car in this lap.
In this lap. We are ready to resume racing. And it's already a bus stop in turn 10.
I think that means JJo believes in his pace. So he's going to try and go as early as possible in the lap, give himself the most corners to try and give a distance between him and the ones chasing him behind. JTB driven behind him. He's got a 3-second time penalty. So that's a bit of a buffer for him as he just drives into the back of him. It's going to be super late for JJo. It's not a great restart for him or Peter or Jake later. Mr. Lethal P gets a fantastic restart. Everyone's going to be dumping their batteries. Bouncy has not. Bouncy's safe front and behind. JTB dripping down the inside of JJo through turn 1, turn 2, make a bit of contact, rubbing wheels. They're going to hold it through turn 3. JTB dripping on the inside, JJo on the outside, down to turn 4. Who's going to take the lead? The outside line is a bit quicker. JT goes deep on the half spin. And P goes through. P makes 2 overtakes through that corner. JT again goes deep into turn 5. Trying to hold position. He's got the 3-second time penalty. He has to keep track position. He keeps it, and the move is done. Jake Laser behind. Bouncy still watching this. that was good action. A little bit rough. Rubbing is racing, as they like to say. And the MRK come out, goes around again.
That was absolutely fantastic racing between JTB Drippin and JJo.
Yeah, and then
I love
Pete and
that.
Jake Laser behind too. That was a great race. The top 4 all fighting for a win. JT probably fighting for a P5 at this point. DRS is enabled. Can JJo do what Jake Laser did early on in the race and drop DRS from those behind and JT, keep him and the rest of the pack in DRS? Turn 9 is the next DRS point detection in between turn 8 and 9. It's going to be tight. 7/10 is the gap now. If he finds another 3, he will gain. He will break DRS, and it's very hard to get back into it.
We have Newbie looking for a move around the outside of Bouncy. Just can't make that stick. That'll mean he will have Testarossa on his back though, but still pushing Bouncy through 6 and 7. Coming onto the straight, there might be a move coming into turn 10 here for Newbie. If he can get the run down to the straight, he looks like he has done. But no, just backs out of it. Probably the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, JT stayed in DRS, which is going to keep most of the grid in DRS, besides down to Golden River, 8-lap old hards, is struggling a bit. The hards are going to struggle on this restart just because they are so hard. They're cold. They're hard to get up to temperature. They're slow. They're not the best rubber you should be on right now. It's those yellow walled medium tires, but the hards may come back into play later on in the race.
As JTB Drippen sets the fastest lap of the race so far, being a 14.5.
Yeah, and you're not going to see a lot of people move up this train. There's not a huge tire differential, and it is so hard to overtake in a DRS train this year on this game. DRS is powerful, but the slipstream really isn't, so you don't gain a lot for being behind another car who might have DRS. But if another car in front of you doesn't have DRS, you'll fly right by them. The slipstream not being as strong makes it hard to overtake. A lot like F22. Where it can be really tough to overtake in a train. It's got to be all battery. You got to save up your battery to almost 100%, if not 100%, and just put it all, no matter the cost, to try and get one overtake done. So we'll see. JJo is keeping them in DRS at a distance where it's hard to overtake the car in front, but also he's not close enough to be threatened into turn 1, so it's great from JJo. JTB Drippen, I think, probably on the battery. He's close enough. He's going to send a dive down into turn 1. They make contact. They make more contact. Pete's going to sneak through. I think he's going to... More side-by-side through turn 3. Jake Laser going to find a way through. JT sends a dive down into turn 1 and then ends up losing 3 positions. Could be more with that 3-second time penalty all the way down to Golden Drift. But yeah, now we really have a fight on our hands. We got 3 drivers who don't have penalties, who are all on about the same degradation of tire, all within DRS, all within a second and a half of each other. So yeah, things should get spicy, hopefully.
Yeah, it just looked like JT couldn't slow the car down, and as JJ went to turn in, JT just went straight and got a little bit of contact. Twice actually, and that sees JT now down to 4th place. Not happy. No,
I would be a bit upset too. Just throwing out a chance for maybe a P4, P5. But yeah, now he's further down the grid. He's got people closer to him who shouldn't be closer to him. Fox gonna fly right past Jim just race for the final paying position. But yeah. Top 7 all in a DRS train now, which, you know, make things interesting. Golden Drift a little bit far behind on the hard tires, with him and Jay Lowry kind of in their own little world, their own little fairy world. But I think this race might be about tires at the end. Who has managed their tires the best? Who doesn't have a 3-second penalty? Who's got the most battery? Who's in the best position? Don't have a lot of other stuff going on throughout the field. D-Master fighting Yaga for P14. D-Master, who qualified in the top 5, just not his race. A couple incidents, a few spins, I think, maybe 1 or 2, has really cost him. But Pete still staying with JJo. Jake Laser looking to be the quicker of the pair behind. Only 2/10 behind. Can he make the overtake on DRS through going past the main straight? No, he can't. Newbie on the back of his teammate. 3/10 behind. Bouncy 9/10 behind Newbie. Testarossa still trailing the DRS train on the soft tires. Here we go.
And Pete actually went a little bit deep into turn 1, which has allowed Jake Laser to catch up massively. As I think Pete used a lot of ERS to try and get close to JJo, and in doing so he's actually allowed Jake Laser to just sit at his rear wing and possibly get a move done onto this next straight.
Has to get this move done for his race.
Oh, well, there goes Jake Laser.
My comms curse is just really bad. Jake Laser will not be getting that move done for the race, and a virtual safety car has come out. Now, how may that affect things?
Are we gonna see some people pitting under this virtual safety car? There's still quite a few laps to go, and the tires are not that old. So I think everybody.
They will. Yeah.
We do have a pitter. Pete does jump into the pits.
That's a little crazy.
Testarossa stays out though on those softs.
Yeah, Testarossa's got a free podium. So he's got 3 people ahead of him. I'm a little confused with Pete. I don't think he could have finished off the podium unless he spun. Like, he could have been overtaken 3 times and still finished on the podium. But now he's got to overtake 8 cars to get back on the podium?
At least.
Okay, let's go. That's a decision for sure. Not sure if it's a good or bad one, but it's a decision. And the VST's done. Wow. He's quick, but I don't know if his strategy was good.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think he's driving for the wrong team. He should be driving in the red of Ferrari.
He should be in a Ferrari car. That's a little off-putting. I don't understand that at all. I'm a little speechless, but yeah, that's. Yeah. I don't even know if he's gonna score points.
It'll be.
He should. It'll be tight.
It'll be tight, but he should. I think he does have the pace to get back into the points. As Newbie is all over the back of his teammate, but of course both of them do have that 3-second time penalty, so they can't squabble too much. As Newbie almost loses it coming out of turn 4. That is, yeah, turn 4. Got completely sideways and just managed to scoop off the car. And everybody has been struggling for grip all around the track today. We've seen some half spins, we see some complete spins, some understeer moments leading to contact. We've had it all, and all while this is all happening, JJo in the Ferrari leading just under a second. Maybe he's just trying to keep those Saubers within DRS so they can defend from everybody behind and guarantee JJo his win.
Yeah, Mr. Lethal Pete, who was less than a second behind the lead, is now 16.9 seconds off the lead. So yeah, I'm a little unsure about the call he made. I mean, he goes fastest, which is cool and all, but he's not even getting a point for fastest lap right now. Yeah, I mean, he threw away a P2, and that's just that.
Yeah, he could have been fighting for a win, but now he's just overtaken Yoga for P13, who's actually almost coming back at him there. That was very unexpected. But yeah, and Wait, I think... Oh my god, Testarosta's not even on the podium anymore. He's fallen behind 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think Bounty was a little slow there, and he was stuck behind him. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The Stalkers still done great. If they didn't have the 3-second time penalties, they could be fighting for the win here, but they do. So can disregard that. But yeah, they're both on the podium with 3-second time pens and multiple safety cars and a VSC. I still just really don't understand Mr. P. But you know, you live and you learn. Fox is gonna just fly by a Golden Drift.
Yeah, Bouncy just did the same with Testarossa.
Yeah, Testarossa's softs are probably falling off a little bit. They have the safety car to go through, so they're not really 12 laps old quite yet. They're probably only around 10, but yeah, they're going to be falling off compared to the mediums and hard up front. So he's going to be losing pace, and the fresher mediums behind of Fox, who I think is in some clean air now, can finally show that pace he was showing early in the race. Just hope he doesn't. I've said something about him. Yeah, this VSC is kind of just guaranteed J. Joe's win.
Yeah, well, and Pete actually just confirmed J. Joe's win because he didn't have to pit. There was no reason to pit. But I mean, you do gambles. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. This one was a weird gamble, but it's not gonna pay off for Pete. Not today, at least. As Golden Drift gets back in front of Fox. And Jin just raged and Fnatic are battling all the way through turn 1 and 2, allowing D-Master to catch up massively. Both of them are out of ERS. Both of them are harvesting, going side by side into turn 4 right now. And it looks like Fnatic has got the move done. Oh my god, what a catch from D-Master. Please tell me you saw that as well.
I did not. I was looking at something else. Yeah. D-Master's almost fought his way back up to the points. He's fighting Fnatic for the points. Jim just rages, I think, is going to let him go by. Knowing Jim has the penalty advantage, he does not have a 3-second time penalty. So if D-Master can go ahead and catch Fnatic past her, then he should finish at the points. Maybe Mr. P behind him is going to say no to that. But Fox also going to pass by Golden Drift again. 3 laps to go, including 31. And I think we may have a fight for P4. Maybe P5. Jordy's got to catch, or Fox, excuse me, has got to catch Testarossa and Bouncy, who seem to be battling pretty hard. Bouncy, don't know if he's got great pace yet. That 3-second time penalty might invite Fox up into P5. But Fox has got to do some pushing here. He's got to put some space between him and never mind, Larry at the moment. Golden Drift at the moment, and a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, so that kind of secures Fox where he needs to be. But if he gains about another second of race time on Bouncy, then he will be within the 3-second time penalty. Get a position from it, and be happy with that debut. Oh, wait, someone retired in the pits. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be Yoga, who's had a spin in Sector 3 just before retiring into the pits.
I think we're heading on to the penultimate lap now. J. Joe has dropped JTB driven from DRS. Say goodbye. Both the Salpers have the penalty gap to Testarossa behind. They just need to... They're probably going to battle it out here. Newbie looks to be a quicker at this stage of the Grand Prix compared to JTB driven. Will JB let him have a P2, or will they hold position? I don't know if they would do that in the first race of the season. I think you let them fight it out. But yeah, I think we're coming to the end here. The gamble by Pete did not pay off at all.
Not
He'll get up probably to P7, maybe P6. but I mean, still. Not P6, not even P7 probably. He'll probably finish P8. He's got to overtake 2 cars, and then overtake Jay Lowry, and then overtake Fox to get back up to P6. As well, those 2 cars are going 3. Those 3 cars are going 3 wide. The V car, the Aston Martin, and the Williams 3 wide into turn 10. I don't know if you really see it. Maybe this opens up for Pete. Maybe he does get P7 after I just said he won't. Looking to find a way. Gonna have to set up the exit through the final corner here. Flat corner, turns in a little bit too early, but then too late. And he's not going to have the exit he needs. He's not going to get any of these cars. They're all going to deploy better. They're all going to be faster than him. They have better exits to the final corner. D-Master and Jay Lowry going side by side for absolutely no reason. One at a time, Ben. And he moved through.
Yeah, and I think we do have a battle for second place because Newbie is now ahead of JTB Drippin. And the gap is basically nothing. Which of these 2 Kicksaubers is going to get P2? Which of them is going to get the lowest out of the podium? And are they going to allow test? Oh no, wait, he's way too far back up. I thought it was someone else. But it looks like Newbie is gonna take P2, coming across the line with JT in 3rd. There's still side-by-side action going in the turn 10. D-Master making a move for P6. There's Fnatic, I think, spinning in the background there. As JJ wins it from Newbie, from JT, from Bouncy, from Testarossa.
Then D-Master with the penalty. Fox is going to jump in. Pete almost got Fox. 18 thousandths of a second between the 2 of them. Pete with not a great gamble. We'll say that. Not a good gamble. A lot of time penalties, which kind of threw some things around. D-Master, who had a couple issues with spins. Lowry had a couple issues with spins. Fox had a spin. I think 6th through 9th all could have been fighting for a podium, fighting for a win if spins didn't happen. Jake Glazer, kind of reminiscent of what he did in Tier 5 last season. Starting on pole, crashing out a bit. But yeah, it's a great race. I think that set us up for a good future.
I think we're set up for an amazing season. If everyone can just learn to minimize their mistakes, I think we could have 6 or 7 cars battling for the win every single race, if they can iron out those mistakes.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of self-mistakes. The battling was really good. I don't think we had a lot of dirty driving, but there was a lot of mistakes which kind of ruined some of the racing that we were having. Yeah, other than that, it's a really good race. I think the battles we had were really good. And not a lot of crashes. Only 1 safety car. So yeah, good race. Really clean race. Just need to clean up some of the self issues with time pen and spinning. But yeah, we'll go through the provisional final order for stewards. JJ Ferrari. The luck of the safety car can sometimes come your way, and it did. Newbie and JTB Drippin for the Kicksauber, P2 and P3. Ferrari in the sandwich of the top 4. Bounty P5 for the Alpine. TTR Fox P6 for the Aston. A good start to the season for him. Pete with the gamble and did not get a payout. Probably lost his mortgage on that gamble. D-Master in the Williams P7 after a couple spins. Golden Drift, I think, kept it pretty decently clean. Don't remember what I saw from him. Oh, and what's his name? Jay Lowry finished somewhere up in there. He left the session and retired his car. So he finished somewhere up in the points. But yeah. That was your first round today, provisionally. Some of that stuff will get fixed around with the stewards and, some game bugs.
Yeah, that was a very good first race. I'm just waiting to see if anybody's coming into the interview room before we fully head on out. I don't think there is just yet. No, I don't think we have anybody coming in to the interview room, so we will. We will just be ending it here. Any final words before we completely throw it off?
Just hope that we can get my camera working for next race. Yeah, no. Other than that, it was a good race. Saw some good things. I think we'll see a lot of improvement as this game goes by, as some people get used to how the traction works, which I think we saw a lot of traction related spins. So people get used to the traction, get used to how quick they can be on the handling model, and how their races can go. So I think we'll see a lot of improvement through this tier, and I'm excited to see it. Excited to see. I don't remember where we're racing next week, but I'm excited for it.
I don't either, if I'm completely honest. But I think we're in for an exciting season indeed, and I think there's lots more chaos to come. So join us back next week in MRL Season 11 Tier 4. But until now, I've been Dutchy, that has been Dreamzz, and we will see you next week.